Well, we knew what was going to happen. Everything that I saw tonight is what I expected. I figured that the national team would be really good, and they were. They were physical. They were well organized, well coached, and they had some really good players.
And yet you responded, and that's what you wanted to see.
Yeah, I wanted to see, what would happen in this game. We got up 8-0, and the guys got a little complacent, and then they they caught fire and pushed out on the lead, and we could have folded, and that's what I wanted to see from the guys. And they dug deep and got a few stops in a row and got back into the game and pulled out a pretty good game.
Tyler said that Damian Baugh has a mean streak. Is that what would you call it? I mean, it felt like he was kind of the spark plug in the second quarter.
Yeah, Damian is like a guy that hates to lose, and he shows it. Like every possession, he's going to hold people accountable because he holds himself accountable. And a lot of guys aren't used to that. And that's leadership to me. He's kind of forming as the leader out there because he's very vocal. He plays hard. He does whatever it takes on both ends of the floor to help the team win. And he's just not a guy. He's a guy that's not afraid to speak his mind, especially if we're not doing what we're supposed to do.
When you recruited him, obviously there's a lot of high-profile recruits in this class. He was less high-profile. Is this that toughness? What you thought you what do you see?
Yeah, I saw the toughness. I saw the leadership. I saw the toughness, and he's a team guy, a total team guy. He's unselfish. So I saw all of that in the one, and I told people that people were going to learn about Damian really quickly when he gets out there on the floor because Boogie's big name, Lester big name, those guys, DJ. Big name guys and Precious, and everybody just kind of forgot about Damian. And obviously James,
Right.
but yeah, nobody really knew about Damian.
Did you ever play against anybody like him? One of those guys it's like frustrating, get under your skin.
He's almost like a Gary Payton / Rajon Rondo, the way his energy is and his leadership and his toughness and how he can control the game on the defensive end and how he finds people. So yeah, he's got that type of tenacity to him.
A guy you love to have on your team, but would hate to have to go against him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a guy that understands that he has a role to play on his team, and I guess that's a leadership role. He has a chip on his shoulders because he is the forgotten guy, and he understands that he has a goal. He wants to get to the NBA, and he wants to get there like everybody else, and he's not gonna stray away from that goal.
Lester was big in the second quarter, I thought. On the offensive side, I mean, maybe the defensive side too, but just he had a number of threes in a row that really kind of got you guys back in it.
Yeah, Lester's, he's just kind of like Damian. He has that mean streak. He's more of a bulldog. He's a guy that just he can shoot it, he can defend, he'll rebound, he'll get in there and mix it up, and he did get hot in the second quarter.
How important was this test for the team? You've gotten the team bonding, you've got the practices, and now you've been tested.
Yeah, that's what I wanted though. Obviously, I didn't know what the other two games were going to be about. They were blowouts, and we knew that this game would be big, but we did get out of this game what we wanted. We got the adversity at certain parts of the game. We got guys that needed to make shots, timely shots. We had guys on the floor that we needed to make stops and consecutive stops, and we saw a group that did that. And the guys that were out there playing the minutes, they were out there together, just fighting and battling the entire game.
I was sitting next to Fran Fraschilla. He said for a team this early, defensively, you look pretty cohesive. Are you impressed by where you are defensively at this point?
I am impressed because we're a young team, but we've been teaching very hard. And I give our staff credit for being able to kind of translate almost to the smallest forms of what we really need to do and where we need to be. Our attention to detail on that as a coaching staff, the way we relay it to the players and communicate it to the players, they're learning it faster. So, that's just a credit to the staff and the players because they're coming from systems that have never even seen this type of defensive schemes, and they bought in, and they're trying really hard.
You went 5 guards at one point there in the second. What did you think of that?
Well, I mean, it's just they were small.
Right.
And I feel like our smalls could outlast their smalls. I just really felt like that. But the shooting that we had on the floor and the athleticism at the guard spot, and I think DJ was the 5. And,
but then you took him out and put Lester in.
Yeah,
So then you were like,
well, Lester's kind of that guy that can play 1
Right.
through 5, especially if, depending on the other lineup. He's just that strong and that tough.
All right, you were done early in the first quarter. Is there anything that you told your guys?
Yeah, just to stay in there and just keep believing in our principles. I think they hit 7 threes in the first half. They got really hot. That's 21 points just like that quickly, and we respected them, and they made the guys respect them even more with that run that they did. But I just told them to just continue to believe in our principles and get consecutive stops, and then just keep pushing the basketball.
There were a couple little scuffles. Did you like to see the way your team, like fired up, like it responded?
Yeah, for sure. They're not afraid. They're not going to get bullied or they're going to let anybody know that we play, that they're here to play, and we're going to keep it clean. But it just, the mentality that we have is, if you push, we're going to push. We really want to take that to the game, every game that we go to. We don't believe in scuffles and fights, but you want to protect yourself.
Do you think part of that comes from having a lot of Memphis kids on your team who grew up playing that style?
We just have a lot of tough kids on our team. And the Memphis guys grew up playing that way.
Mm-hmm.
But Damian was in a scuffle, Lester was in a scuffle. Those two guys are just tough. They're very tough.
Early curfew tonight?
Definitely early curfew. I think it's 11 o'clock curfew because it's a quick turnaround. Those guys are going to wake up in the morning. They're going to be exhausted. The guys that didn't play that many minutes got to get ready to play more minutes tomorrow and just be ready to go.
What's left to get out of this trip?
We've seen everything. It's just really to just keep the organization, the principles, seeing who's just, taking what I call is erasing certain things off the board. Who's getting better at transition defense? Who's getting better with communication? Who's getting better with boxing out? Who's getting better with the nail in the low man on what we like to teach in our weak side help? Those are the things that we're looking for still.
Did this test make it all sort of worth it, this whole trip?
Yeah, for sure. And I was hoping that it would be, and it couldn't have worked any better for us. It definitely worked out well for us because this game was the game that we really wanted, that we knew it was going to be a tough one, and it was very tough.
Time for one more.
So what do you think about the Bahamas team?
I like the team a lot. I think they got a couple injuries maybe, but the team that was out there, they're very strong. They're tough. They can shoot it. They can penetrate and kick. They rebound the ball well as well. They're a really good team. I don't know how long they've been together, but they look like they've been together for a while. They're really strong.
All right. The team don't have DeAndre Ayton, nobody he was playing. And they still
Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that. But to add DeAndre Ayton and Buddy Hield to that team, those two guys alone are just fantastic. So that would have been a huge task for us to try to beat a team with DeAndre Ayton and Buddy Hield added to that team.